Now, can you get to 4 for the Northwestern Wildcats? Over under win total at FanDuel Sportsbook of 3.5. Over heavily juiced, -192. Under at +154. Preston Stone is our new quarterback coming over from SMU, the former starter from the AAC era and to start last year, and the team captain. Remember, 2 team captains, both quarterbacks last year. Preston Stone's one of them. Now, look, he came in. He helped them win a game that Kevin Jennings got a little bit knocked up in later in the season. Knocked out. Excuse me. Knocked up is an entirely different situation.
I was going to say.
Yeah,
breaking news.
Tom, save this one. What are we doing with Northwestern at 3.5?
I've got them as the slightest of overs.
Okay.
I don't think. I mean, this is not one I am rushing to bet, but I do think that adding Preston Stone at least gives them a level of competence at the quarterback position that they just did not possess with last year's team. So I think that helps. But I've got them losing the opener to Tulane, which I don't think is a shock to anybody because I think Tulane's favored in that game.
Yeah.
But I think they could beat Western Illinois. I think they could beat ULM.
We're doing this.
I think they could beat Purdue. And we have seen evidence of the West Coast teams who have to travel across the country to play these games lose and play poorly on the road. And they get Oregon, UCLA, and USC having to fly across the country to play them along the shores of Lake Michigan where the wind is strong and the breeze is biting. I don't think Oregon's going to lose. I don't think USC would, but I think it could impact UCLA a little bit to allow Northwestern, especially early in the season, to maybe sneak a win. I think this squad can get to 4 going over.
I think so too, but there are some things that concern me here. Like, what is this offense going to look like? Preston Stone is not exactly the most mobile guy in the entire world. And like last year, they went with more of a runner at quarterback, and that didn't work with Mike Wright. And you lose some pretty good receivers, like Henning's gone, and Kurtz, and who was like the gadget guy they had? Like he's gone too. I'm not seeing his name on the roster here as I go over this and go over my notes. O-line, I think like actually could be pretty okay. So can you steal a game? Like for me to go under these 4.5, like I need to be really, really convinced that you just flat out suck. And I think the defense, especially the secondary, is like competent enough to steal a game or two, and the offense should be able to patch it together. So I'm very slightly over here. I think there are some games in the back half of the schedule that maybe if things aren't going well for those teams, you could steal. I'm looking at you, Minnesota game on November 22nd. Like if Minnesota is not having the year they want to have, do they roll into that game super motivated? Right? I don't know. Maybe they do. They usually play hard under PJ, but it's not a guarantee. I'm very slightly over.
Under.
Wow. Look at this hater.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's hard. I mean, how do you run the math on this? Okay, I'll give you Western, I'll give you ULM, but ULM ain't nothing to sneeze at. I'm gonna call Purdue a toss-up, right?
So something my dad told me. He's like, about 90% of the guys in the minors are there. So the 10% of guys who are actually prospects have somebody to play against.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And they're getting paid. I will say something nice about Northwestern. I will say the stats are never pretty for Cam Porter, who I believe in his career is averaging fewer than 4 yards per carry.
He tries hard.
But under like 3.9 yards per carry when you're facing 10-man boxes, not too bad.
I mean, seriously, he's a good running back.
He is, but he's been running into 10-man boxes his entire damn career.
No one has respected the downfield pass.
Oh.
And playing in the Lake Michigan stadium, can't throw the ball anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough scene. Yeah. Count me on the under on that one.
Those boys are wearing pads too, damn it.
The punter says we're in the Say Something Nice segment.
It's Northwestern. Yes, we're in the Say Something Nice segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like them. Oh, we do think their coach might win the Big Ten Coach Fight Club.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
everybody
List is
says
long.
Fickle,
Never mind.
and I'm like, have you guys actually watched the Northwestern game? Because like this dude's pretty jacked. He played D-line. Like he's 15 years younger than Fickle.
Mm-hmm.
He was an all-conference FCS D lineman. It looks like he still works out and is 15 years younger. I think I'm taking him over Fickle.
I need to hear from Luke about how this trip in the F-16 went after media days. Because remember, he was going to go fly in the jet just to see what his body could handle, which is one of the hardest things I've heard someone say about aerial travel. Yeah, we'll have to check in and say, Coach, how was the F-16? Maybe I might be back in Fickle's corner because that's some big time self-determination.
I want to see what kind of colors come out of my body.